We all know what shipping is, and we've probably all done it. The act of shipping a couple in a basic sense means you want to see them end up together. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's essentially all Bridgerton is. It's usually contained to TV shows, movies, books, or other media, but people even ship political leaders these days. And while it all seems like a harmless way to express affection or interest in a character or person, over time, shipping has transcended fiction and creeped its way into real life. In 2016, it even got to the point where child actors were begging adult fans to stop shipping them. Hailey Bieber has consistently faced negative attention from Jelena shippers, even though she's literally married to Justin now and has a child with him. But how did we get here? When does fan love go too far? Is shipping harmless, or does it cross boundaries? Should celebrities and writers just accept this as part of their life? Or do we need to have a bit of a conversation about how parasocial relationships can get pretty weird? Let's go back to the beginning. 1993, grey year. Shipping first started being a thing because of the X-Files. Fans of the show wanted special agents Mulder and Scully together so badly, but they were too busy dealing with these aliens to make any time for romance, so fans took measures into their own hands and satisfied their desperate need by sharing fan fiction where the two ended up together on X-Files fan websites and forums. One of the first noted usage of the term is credited to an X-Files fan named Amy Schatz, who introduced her fan fiction with, "I think that everybody, both R-shippers and non-R-shippers alike, can enjoy this story." And thus, the term was in fact coined. Shipping didn't become a global phenomenon until later on though, with two ridiculously popular serialized narratives leading the charge: the Harry Potter series and Friends. Friends creators discovered something revolutionary. You can get way more people to watch your show if you can get them invested in a will they won't they pairing. In their case, Ross and Rachel. Every top sitcom has used this strategy since, and it's become like a mainstay of the genre. Harry Potter remains one of the most shipped series to this day, and from its release, the most popular ships were Hermione and Ron and Hermione and Harry. J.K. Rowling shared this anecdote from the time she discovered shipping. For a long time, I didn't go on the net and look up Harry Potter. A long time. I had never gone and looked at fan sites, and then one day I did, and oh my god. 5 hours later or something, I get up from the computer shaking slightly. What's going on? And it was during that first mammoth session that I met the shippers, and it was a most extraordinary thing. I had no idea there was this huge underworld seething beneath me. But outside of sitcoms where the writers want you to ship a couple, or Harry Potter where the characters are not real, there's a darker side to shipping, especially when it includes real people. Back in 2016, actors Jack Grazer and Finn Wolfhard, both 14 at the time, became victims to what many described as inappropriate shipping. They both starred in the horror movie It, and as a result of the movie's massive success, a large fandom started to develop around them. Fans started shipping their characters together, but that quickly bled through to the two child actors being shipped themselves, with the pair being dubbed FAC. If it isn't creepy enough that adults were out here shipping two children, the actors themselves had to see this stuff too. Jack Grazer himself said at the time on Twitter, "I don't know if this is serious, but just to let people know, if you're actually taking Ready seriously, then I don't know what to tell you, because it's obviously a joke and people need to stop saying that I'm gay and have a crush on Finn. It's getting sort of annoying." One Direction obviously had a ton of fan fiction written about them, with one of the more popular ships being Harry Styles and Louis Tomlinson, or Larry Stylinson, for those who remember. This apparently affected their personal lives, with the ship coming up so much that they had to constantly deny being in a relationship. And according to former member Zayn Malik, it was hard for Harry and Louis to have a normal friendship due to the rumors. He told Fader not long after leaving one day, "It's not funny, and it still continues to be quite hard for them. They won't naturally go put their arm around each other because they're conscious of this thing that's going on," which is not even true. They won't do that. Shipping obviously starts out as some sort of expression of love for either people or characters, feeling such a connection to a piece of work that you want more, enough so that you'll go write it yourself, isn't a bad thing on its own. It's okay to like stuff, but it can get out of hand and have long-term real effects on those at the receiving end of it. Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber famously dated off and on from 2010 to 2018, depending who you ask, okay? Depending who you ask, do not come at me. They were the world's most famous young couple, and due to the fact they had a real crossover crossover of fans, mostly young girls, a fandom developed around their relationship, and they were dubbed Jelena. The off-and-on-again nature of their relationship kept fans on their toes, and it really did present as a will they, won't they for the ages. Fans felt like after all this time and everything the pair had been through, that they wanted nothing more than for them to end up together in the end. Enter Hailey Bieber, who at the time actually would have been Hailey Baldwin. Wait, let me do that again. Enter Hailey Baldwin. In 2014, Hailey started popping up in Justin's Instagram posts. In 2016, they said they were a couple but not exclusive, and in 2018, they confirmed that they were engaged. Since then, they've gone on to get married and have a child. Very happy ending, but the messy timeline from the early days of their relationship and how quickly it appeared they decided to get engaged have Jelena fans utterly convinced that Hailey stole Justin from Selena or is manipulating him in some way. And they're still upset about it. And it seems even the slightest things can set them off. In October 2019, Selena released one of her big Justin breakup songs, Lose You to Love Me. Minutes later, Hailey posted an Instagram story of herself listening to Summer Walker's I'll Kill You. Fans went immediately into a frenzy, fully convinced of a feud between the two women, and that Hailey had posted her story as a snarky response to Selena's song. It got so out of hand that Selena herself implored her fans to stop, but she didn't mention Hailey directly. She said, "I'm grateful for the response that the song is getting. I'm so grateful. However, I do not stand for women tearing other women down, and I will never, ever be by that. So please be kind to everyone. It doesn't matter what the situation is. If you're my fans, don't be rude to anybody, please. Don't go off and say things that you just feel in the moment. And just please, from me, know that's not my heart. My heart is only to release things that I feel that are me and that I'm proud of. And that's all that I'll say." In 2021, the bullying and trolling on Hailey's Instagram account became so intense that she decided to turn off comments. And at the time, that was a really uncommon move for a celebrity. She told Elle magazine, "I remember someone telling me that turning off the public comments really lowers your engagement. And I was like, I could give a fuck about engagement. People are terrorizing me. Engagement and schneegement. I don't care." The huge reactions to anything Hailey posted didn't stop there, and in 2022, she posted this video to her TikTok, pleading for people to just leave her alone.
Leave me alone at this point. I'm minding my business. I don't do anything. I don't say anything. Enough time has gone by where it's valid to leave me alone.
And then the following year, she had to address it again. On the circuit with Emily Chang, she said, "I don't think that this is about me, Hailey Bieber, and Selena Gomez. This is not about this pitting between two women and division between two women. It's about the vile, disgusting hatred that can come from completely made up and twisted and perpetuated narratives that can be really dangerous. There have been about 5 million other instances like this over the years, but honestly, we'd be here forever, so." Now, in 2024, Jelena shippers are still a thing, and they're still bothering Hailey Bieber. Selena recently announced her engagement, which you would think would finally send a message to Jelena shippers to just give it up. But alas, pages like this still exist, reminiscing on old Jelena pics and coming up with various anti-Hailey theories, and they still have a lot of followers. I think we can all agree that the shipping of Jelena got out of hand possibly like years ago, but another aspect of real-life shipping couples that should not be overlooked is its potential to reinforce harmful stereotypes or contribute to a toxic ideal of a relationship. The perfect couple often becomes a projection of fans' desires, rather than a reflection of the complexity and messiness of real-life relationships. Justin and Selena obviously had a really messy breakup, but that's none of our business. And acting like Hailey is the bad guy here also removes any responsibility from Justin for the decisions that he made. And so here we are in 2024, where shipping is alive and well maybe a little too well. And while fan passion is great, it's clear that sometimes that passion can cross some very strange and at times like downright creepy boundaries. So what can we take away from all this? Maybe it's that it's perfectly fine to ship fictional characters, but when it comes to real people, actors, musicians, or even your neighbor who just happens to look really great in a sweater, it's time to dial it back. And remember, if your shipping needs to come with a disclaimer and a please stop from the people involved, maybe it's time to find a new hobby.